I'm waiting for something fun to happen. Anything?
Red Green Goblins.
This is a good. It's a good improv.
Welcome to the Unity Podcast.
really-
I'm the green asshole.
Unity
What's going on,
Podcast. We have
everybody?
raided. We are the Green Goblin Brothers.
That was
We're the
about
Green Goons.
Look at my green asshole. Look at
a
it.
delayed yes and, but they got there eventually. Uh-huh. You guys... Why are you gagging inside your helmet? Ew.
He's eating the orange.
Oh.
He's taking a bite.
Oh.
Wait, we got two Norman Osborns in the room together. Holy crap! Is this the multiverse at play?
It's gonna...
This is the last Spider-Man.
One's from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and the other one's from fucking Spider-Man 1.
No, the Amazing
Yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah,
would never
yeah.
pull off something that.
Fuck that. I better not be that motherfucker.
I love the idea of Norman just being like, "Fuck that guy. That guy's not me.
that
Fuck
guy.
him.
Fuck him. He's not even a scientist. Fuck that guy.
Just a loser."
All right.
Ooh.
It's him. It's him.
All right. Take that thing off.
It's the Green Goblin.
He's got
I'm sorry.
back.
I had no bit in mind. So
Yeah,
You guys-
clearly.
It's improv, brother.
Took
Yeah.
you guys a solid
Yeah,
10
I was like,
seconds to
just-
figure out what's going on.
Todd's like, I'm focused on breathing in this, honestly.
Yeah.
It is hard to breathe. It's not comfortable in any way. Especially if you have a big ass head like me and Aiden do, it's not good.
No.
Welcome to the All Things Geek podcast. My name is Tyler, also known as Brian XI. I'm joined by the man whose name starts with a B.
Raiden or Renzolian.
The man whose name starts with an L.
Leroy. Oh, you get it.
Man whose name starts with A.
Aiden.
And the man whose name starts with a T.
Thatched Mac. That's me.
Wow.
It's the New Year's, you guys. The year's almost over. We're almost done. Christmas is already coming.
It's almost
on.
2025.
How was everyone's year? Everyone had a good year.
This is the last pot of the year.
It is.
How was everyone's Christmas? What did
Yeah.
everyone get for Christmas?
Great.
I got a big green penis, and it's really cool.
So,
And I really like it, and it makes me happy. So,
I got
Yeah.
a nice little cute little friend there.
I got
and a
a
bomb.
PS5.
Whoa! Don't tell me you put a hole at the bottom of that bad boy.
I got a PS5 and a lot of books.
we got an effing PS5.
Yeah, you
What do
undersell
you
it.
got?
So
Big Lego set.
yeah, Lay's very happy about. Also,
Imagine
Lay,
a PS5 in my hand right here. Just it's in the other room.
did you get it all set up already, buddy?
Oh,
It is mostly stuff, but I gotta get my games remedied.
Gotta get your
so,
games.
games. I really haven't had a
It
chance.
wasn't like figure related or anything, but I did get some like figure related stuff. So
That's the benefit of being an adult. You really just your parents don't get you cool stuff sometimes, but it's okay. Sometimes
no,
you
I mean,
like.
I like
The boys
I
are
like
for.
collecting.
I know you do.
Did anyone get any like figures or anything like that for Christmas?
I only got.
No.
Right. Okay. Fuck it.
No.
I got 3 other things.
I got 2 figures.
I mean, I was
Things-
talking, Lay, but that's okay.
You're very delayed for me.
He did get an
Oh.
action figure.
I did. I got Chainsaw Man. He's over there. He's from last year, I
Yeah,
believe.
grab him,
So
show him. Grab him.
all right. Okay.
Okay. Show us that weed figure.
Oh. Raiden running up to it.
That's better. Actually, seen me.
Yeah. There we go.
I almost fell. That would have been really funny. Okay. This SHF Chainsaw Man. He's
Nice.
really cool. He's fuck off. Okay. He's pretty dope. There is a slight bend in his chainsaw, which is a bit cringe, so I have to keep that up.
Something you guys have in common.
Yeah. You got a bend.
Pretty bendy stuff, you know what I mean, man. Things.
I wanted him.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Lay, calm down. You're so. I also got this. This is fucking cool. The head is ridiculously heavy because it's on one ball joint, so it falls down. But you know, he's gonna go. Hello, it's me. You know, everything you'd ever want. He could shit out. He could shit out some gold coins. I mean,
I opened these for Christmas, but I bought them for myself.
there we go.
Hey.
I bought that for myself.
Yeah.
I got these are two figures I got.
The
for
Rose,
experimental-
Rose Tico,
Jacko
Rose
Lan-
Tico, and Jack-o'-lantern.
Jacko Racco.
Jack off.
Jacko-Racco.
Jackson
Yeah.
Pollock.
Jackson
Yeah.
Paul J.O.
Good old J.O.
Yep.
Mm.
Anyways, Leia,
Right.
you seem to be itching at
Yeah,
the bit,
show us what
so
you got.
Oh, yeah. Go
going to
brains
Evan.
make me smell. Yeah, fucking itching over shit. I don't think so, mate. You're just fucking talking like a slug today.
What are
Like
you
moving
talking about?
You're like,
You.
I got this one thing, guys.
Well, okay, what you got?
Oh,
Show us what you
easy.
got, huh?
like
What you got? What's that? Sounds like a fucking
So-
slug.
Anyway, last month, which was meant to be for Christmas, my brother gifted me this. Still haven't opened it. Really fucking early because he can't wait. Didn't even wrap it. He just shot it at me in the Amazon box. So there's a Christmas present.
Nice.
Cheers, I guess.
Right
so
out of
these are like,
fucking.
so these are just like die-cast little like 2.5-inch figurines. I've already got some on the shelf, like in box, so I haven't opened them. My girlfriend got me the Rise of the Beast Optimus Blockies kit.
Mm.
Little goober. Look at him. Yeah, it's
Goober.
cute. She also got me the War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Starscream.
Mm.
And then the only other toy-related thing, minus the Lego, was a very sought-after Doctor Who set that I was really after. And it's the third Doctor in his TARDIS from the Time
He's
Monster.
creeping.
So
Nice.
I had the space. I mentioned it ages ago when I was showing off my collection. I was like, "There's a space I've got open," and that's what I was waiting on. So
Okay.
Good job.
That's awesome.
Right. Cool. Okay.
goober.
All right. Moving on. We gotta talk about what if.
It's a
Is that even
contractual
out?
obligation.
Yeah, it's coming out. 6 episodes so far. I've
Daily.
only seen 4 of them. I think Thatch has seen all of them.
Seen 'em all.
Braden's seen one of them. Yeah, so
Mhm.
we'll get there. First episode was what if the Hulk fought the Mech Avengers. We
It was
Aiden
cute.
seen this one as well. It was whatever.
I-
What if
it
Agatha
was
went
fun.
to Hollywood?
That one was okay.
It
I didn't see it.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to see two characters that never would have ever met interact with each other. But aside from that, there wasn't a lot. I didn't really like the big celestial fight.
The only
Yeah.
thing I liked was Agatha's celestial character design. I thought that was pretty looking.
Do you know,
What
right? For a
if-
show that's like got endless possibilities to do whatever, they pick the most basic, boring shit imaginable to make episodes on. Like, who wants that?
Yeah.
Like-
What if the Red Guardian stopped the Winter Soldier? This one was, I think, a better written episode, and I liked the Red Guardian, so I enjoyed it.
It was a satisfying story in its own right, and it worked fine. Like it had a satisfying conclusion. It built a relationship in its own, and it paid it off. It was, it was decent.
Unlike-
Based on me.
Yeah, unlike the Mech Avengers episode where it like actually wrote a believable
Yeah.
friendship.
Yes. I agree.
And then what if Howard the Duck got hitched, which was just
It was insane.
fucking insane. It's also a sequel to the Party Thor episode from season 1.
Didn't expect that
That's what I
either.
was asking. That was
Everyone's
So-
favorite season 1 episode, the Thor episode.
Takes place directly in the same universe.
It was insane. Can I spoil it? Because I just feel like no one's gonna care,
Sure, yeah.
right?
Go
Like,
ahead.
so Howard the Duck and Darcy from Thor 1 and 2 bang. They have intercourse.
Yeah,
the
she
duck
gives-
and the
she
woman,
gives birth
and she
to
gets
an egg.
pregnant to an egg, and then the egg is like a star child. It's like a star
it's
child
the chosen
province.
one, because it was born
Yeah.
during the aligning of the planets.
yeah.
And then it's like every single random, vaguely spacefaring character in the MCU is after the
Not
egg.
even Shield is after it. They just go to space
Shield-
somehow. Fucking Caecilius is after it.
Dude, can I tell you how insane it was? I literally said out loud, I was watching this with my girlfriend, and we were watching it, and there was a shot of Caecilius and Malekith, the Dark Elf, and they're like fighting, and I'm like, they really took the two worst Marvel villains and had them interact with each other. It was so weird. I was like, what are these two assholes doing to? I kind of want to watch like a road trip movie about them now because they're such a weird pair. Like they're like fighting. Like it's so like whose idea was like, oh, guess who's gonna meet Malekith and Caecilius? It's just bizarre.
Fucking
It was
weird.
a very strange
So weird.
episode. They want to cook the egg. They want to eat the egg.
Yeah,
the
Grandmaster.
grandmaster.
I swear to
and
God, I've
apparently-
seen the plot of like, oh, they want to eat our baby before, and I don't know where, but it's so strange that I've seen it somewhere else and also here.
They want to eat the baby.
Apparently, there's a if you look, it's kind of a stretch, but there's two people at the dinner table, and one of them is wearing red glasses, like red glass, and the other one is like a blonde woman, and people are like, it's Matt Murdock and Karen Page. It's kind of a stretch. I don't think it's right, but
Matt Murdock wants to eat the baby.
Yeah, Matt
When people-
Murdock,
I know
infamous
he's-
baby eater.
infamous baby eater. He's blind. He wouldn't know.
They're like he's not in any other like it's like whoa we never
No, but he
put
cameos here. Yeah, it's so.
Yeah,
they're gonna put him in the egg
it
episode.
was
Of
Karen's
course.
idea. She saw the invitation.
It's either the
like, I wanna eat
dumbest
that baby.
theory ever, or if it's real, the dumbest cameo ever.
Yeah.
Either way, it's dumb.
So
Very
then
strange
ultimately, Starchild hatches and vaporizes all the bad guys. And
Weird looking baby.
Yeah,
And-
the ugly ass fucking weird.
Oh, they
furry
played the
baby.
song.
Yeah.
What's
kiss.
the song?
I was made for
yeah.
loving you, baby.
It was actually. I think I liked it more than a lot of the episodes just because it was so insane. At
So
least it was
weird.
interesting to watch.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
Bizarre. It's the only
It was-
episode I've
it
seen. It's the only
certainly
episode I care to
was-
watch.
captivating in how insane it was.
Well, Ty was like, "You got to watch this episode." I'm like, "I guess I'll watch it," and then I turned it on.
Because
And I was the
it
whole
is a
time I was just
Renzo
sitting there.
plot.
It is,
Yeah,
for
it is.
sure.
It
It is.
totally is. When Grandmaster's like, "Let's eat the baby," I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah, and there's like a cult that wants the baby. And
I
I'm like,
would
what
do
the
that.
fuck?
Yeah, they're like,
So weird.
and he's like, "I love you, babe. Hold on to the baby, babe. Don't let go of the baby, babe.
No, it was
Hold
cool
on."
to see Howard the Duck like existing for more than a 2-second cameo.
Yeah,
you know?
Story.
yeah,
That
and
was-
he's got a loving relationship with Darcy of all people. It's
He
like,
does,
weird.
yeah.
of course he does.
The worst parents ever.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
terrible parents. Where'd our boy Lego? He vanished.
Whatever.
He turned blue.
Blue
Whatever.
fish.
I'll turn blue for you.
Blue fancy.
And then, what did you think of the last two episodes so far?
So the one after that was what if the emergence
destroyed
happened,
something.
destroyed the Earth? What if the emergence destroyed? It's basically what if at the end of Eternals, the big celestial actually woke up and blew up the Earth, which is like at least that's like a moment that went a different way that we can actually pinpoint. It's not like a vague, you're like, okay, what if this happened? And I think so. Riri in it was much better than I expected. The other characters in it, I did not like. Like I didn't like her. There's like a band of rebels, and it's like the most bottom of the barrel Marvel characters. It's like Shang-Chi's mom or something, I think.
boy.
And then Wong and Sharon Carter's in it. It's like the weirdest collection of characters ever. But they, spoiler, they all die, so it doesn't really matter. But Riri is like the main character, and then the villain is Mysterio. So the idea is like after the Earth, so it's like the Earth is blown into separate chunks, and there's different it's like a dystopian world where everyone's living on these chunks. It's like the moon in Sonic, where it's like broken apart into chunks. It's like that, but it's the Earth, and everyone's living on these different.
That's what it is, Braden.
Yeah. And yeah, so then Mysterio's ruling it all because he was ahead of Stark Industries because Tony Stark died or something. So he took control of Stark Industries and he used all the technology to use the Iron Legion to plunge the Earth into martial law. And then he uses his illusions to make the Iron Legion look like they're a much greater force than they are. And it was pretty good. It was like the ending's actually really good. I actually quite like the third act of it. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't my favorite episode, but it was better than a lot of the episodes this season. It stood out as it reminded me of the Red Guardian one, where it was at least telling its own story and it had a satisfying conclusion, And Riri is genuinely a good character here. she's very like her whole trait is that she just doesn't give up, and it's very cool to see like this dystopian world where she's just like the one person that's not. It was interesting, and then the Watcher interferes in it actually. So Riri's like gonna get defeated by Mysterio, who, by the way, his design is so freaking cool in this. Oh my god, he looks so badass. It's so cool. There's like this shot of him standing in front of the destroyed Earth, and he looks like a video game character. Like his shoulders are huge. And he's got like these. It's so cool.
Nice.
Clearly, they can't use the Mysterio costume, so they had to make their own. But it looks freaking awesome. But she's losing, and then the Watcher looks like he just whispers. He just says "fight," and she like hears it, and it like inspires her to keep going. And then she defeats Mysterio, and she has like vision powers because she like scrapes the Vision's corpse and like makes armor out of it. So she like is like this beacon, and that's how it ends. So it's really weird, but it told its own. I think the reason I've noticed with characters that don't have a lot of lore to them, like Riri, they're able to tell more stories with them, and that's kind of cool to see. So that is the same thing with this episode, the cowboy episode that came after that. It's about Shang-Chi and Kate Bishop, and they're actually a really good pair. They're like totally like Shang-Chi's playing like the golden like cowboy hero, and then she's playing like the more like darker like assist, like they're like a pair, and he's like the more like hopeful one, and she's like the more like I'm gonna kill and get revenge one. And it's John Walker's in it. You're not gonna like what they do with him.
Yeah, boy.
He's basically playing an outlaw. They just get information out of him. Also, he's racist. In it. But he's only in the beginning. And then this was a cool idea. They call Shang-Chi the 10 Rings, not because he has 10 rings, but because when you ring a bell 10 times, it's supposed to like summon him, and he like hears. That's like the legend. He's like a cowboy legend. And so they call him the 10 Rings, but like bell rings 10 times. And then the Hood is in it, which is crazy. Yeah, it's kind of like a revenge story. It's a little Kill Billy. It's fine. It's good. And again, it's actually really cool to see Shang-Chi do something again, because he's a great character. And so to see him actually get like a story, the voice actor does such a the guy who plays him, it's the same guy who plays him in the movie. He does such a good job doing the cowboy accent. Also, Walton Goggins is in it, and that's like perfect. They take Sonny from Ant-Man and the Wasp, who's already like a weird cowboy criminal, and he's so good in this because it's Walton Goggins, but he's kind of like the MVP of the episode. He gets such a cool scene where he's hypnotizing Kate Bishop, and he's talking about how he killed her parents, and it's such a it was really good. Yeah.
So they saw Fallout and they were like,
it wasn't like amazing, but it was like it was better. Again, it was better than the first episode. It was better than the second episode. It was decent, and it's because these characters don't have a lot of stories with them. They're able to kind of do more with them, and I like that, So anyway, that's it. It was fine. Oh, and then the other Watcher guys, the Watcher interferes again. He interferes twice in this season, and then the Watcher guys are like, all right, this is over. You're done. And they capture him at the end of the episode, and that's how it ends. Big old cliffhanger. So,
how many episodes are left?
2.
Oh yeah, they're only doing 8 this season, right?
So the next episode is like the Watcher episode where they're gonna like explain his backstory and stuff. And I really like the Watcher from the comics and like how he's in the show. So I'm excited to see how and it's like crazy Marvel like lore. Like they're gonna drop probably some pretty big MCU lore there. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So
Stan Lee was a Watcher all along.
That'd be cool. I hope so.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I mean, you never know.
There are 3 other Watchers that are after him, and I think the implication is they are the 3 guys from Guardians.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, that's it. No more. No one cares.
Okay, moving on. Creature Commandos. New episode came out. This is the Clayface episode of the season. Obviously, Braden hasn't seen it. Has anybody else seen it?
I've seen it.
Okay.
Halfway through it.
You're
halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah, I only got to watch a little bit through.
We won't say too much, but there are developments. Man, things happen. And you learn about Frankenstein's backstory some more. And Clayface, who's getting his own movie based off of this interpretation of the character, which is very strange.
Yeah, because there's a joke about him in this. I don't know if you caught it because they kind of sneak it in there, because at first it's a joke at the beginning and you're like, okay, this is a weird joke, but I guess that character's that way. And then you find out something and it like reinforms Clayface, and now you're like, wait a minute, Clayface is a freaking freak, So,
yeah,
it was good. I liked it. I don't know. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really
It's
good.
cool.
The fight,
it'll make for a good like horror movie monster, like scumbag. So
yes. The fight was
Weird.
really good. There's like two fights happening at once, and that was really good. Also, Frankenstein I love this version of Frankenstein. He's such an asshole. But he's so. I'm telling you, when I read the book, this is how he came across in the book, and it's so satisfying that my unique interpretation has now been the catharsis of this character in this show. I love it.
He's
I love it so much.
very like stilted and awkward,
Petty.
Petty
Yes.
and like socially inept, but also like he's got moments where he's got like charm.
Yeah.
To him. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
He's so fun to watch. He's so fun to watch.
He's very entertaining. So I'm very excited to see more of him.
I think this was one of the funniest episodes, honestly, in my opinion. I really like it.
So. And yeah, just so weird. Clayface is in this, and Rick Flag's like, yeah, that's Shapeshifter. He calls himself Clayface, and like, okay, it's just so strange.
Yep.
He's just there.
They don't really give much context to him, but there's a good.
He just happens to be there.
The way that they overcome Clayface is different than the way that he's been over. It's like a unique solution, which I thought was cool. Usually they like freeze him or something, and this was different, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, but he'll be back, I'm sure, for something, and he's getting his own movie. So, interesting. Lay, you gonna talk some Doctor Who?
Yeah, man. So it's been a pretty busy few days for Doctor Who. Firstly, the War Games, which is a 1969 classic 10-part story, got colorized. This is with the second Doctor. It's his final story, and it got colorized, which was, it's great to see like classic, black and white TV getting, this treatment, to see what it would look like. But the unfortunate thing was it was getting cut down to 90 minutes. The original is 240. Yeah. So you're going from like a full length movie story and cutting it in half, and yeah, you can imagine how messy the editing was for it. Visually, it looked great, like the color grade and everything looked like superb. This is the second time they've done this. They did it last year for the Daleks, but there was a lot of complaints. It looked too washed out. It looked really, I don't know. Do you know when like AI images like have a certain look and a certain color grading? It kind of had that to it, and it didn't go down well. So this time they've fixed those issues, but the issues came in the form of the editing and how badly it butchered this classic. Now, I love this story, as many of us do. Don't get me wrong, it is a slow burn. It is 10 parts, and each episode is 24 minutes. So, if you've got an attention span of a spade, you're not going to sit through it. But it's an amazing story. But yeah, this was a really bad choice to do. There's other stories they could have went with that would have fit this sort of editing style, like current editing for TV style and whatnot. Over this, it's obviously it's great. It's hard because it's 60s TV. It's edited and in a different way, so you have to really
totally different.
So there was that. Then there was the music. The music was overbearing, and it genuinely was awful to watch. By the end of it, my head was bad. I was like, what have I sat through? Because the story goes from... I'm convinced someone was on glue or speed when they were editing it, because it flew by. Like, that characters would jump from room to room location to location. For context, I'll give you some idea of what the story's about. So this is the first time, and it's an important story within the canon. It's the first time the Doctor's species get brought into it, the Time Lords. So it was like it's a big thing. Basically, what it is there's a group of rogue Time Lords that have set up like this sort of game planet, and there's like 10 different districts, right? And each district is a different part of history of like Earth's history, and what they're trying to do is basically figure out which part of humanity has the best soldiers. So they're going to use those soldiers to take into battle, like across space and whatnot. So like there's one for like World War One, there's one for like the Roman Empire, there's another one for, do you know what I mean? And so that's what the story is kind of about and whatnot. So yeah, it is a slow burn, but it's a great story. But with this edit, yeah, it was the one thing I was looking forward to the most, and I was left incredibly disappointed. I think it's not just because I've got that bias for the original, but it's also just because it was a really bad edit. If I could watch it with a sound off, I would, because and then there was choices to make certain fan wanky theories canon, like stuff from the 90s that like really niche fans wanted it to have like certain things, if that makes sense. So there's a character called the War Chief. And for years and years and years, there was this really shitty fan theory that this character was the Master, who is a long returning character. He's kind of like the Doctor's Joker in a sense,
Yeah.
you know. This edit kind of tries to make it canon that that character's this other one, and it's never been the case. So that was a fucking weird choice, I suppose. Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. And then on Christmas Eve, we got the proms. Typically, what this is where it's a big celebration of the music for the show. Where it's like a big live orchestra and whatnot and so on. So that happened on the 24th. It looked great. And then Christmas Day, Joy to the World aired, and here we go. Come on, it's testing me. The shot's testing me. Yeah. 90 minutes went by, and that was it.
Holy shit.
God.
God
The premise for the episode was somewhat interesting. It's basically like a time hotel where you can go to different points in history and whatnot and see humanity's greatest hits or whatever. But there's like a 10-minute section where the Doctor has to spend an entire year on Earth, and he's just living in this fucking hotel doing like day-to-day shit. It is the most boringest fucking stuff I've ever fucking seen on TV in a long time. I was like, what is this, man? It was like a subplot for a pretty wafer-thin story anyway. And it's like, right, okay, we're gonna, come on. This is not what I thought we were gonna get. And then the rest happened, and it was like, okay, whatever. And then, they canonized Jesus.
Jesus is canon.
Right,
Jesus,
so there's this.
is
there's
Jesus a
this-
Time
there's
Lord?
this-
Is Jesus a Time Lord?
Right, so there's a company called Villain Guard, and they're basically like an arms manufacturer, like across the universe and whatnot, and they're the big bad for this fucking episode. Even though this big bad has only been referenced like maybe once or twice in the last season, but they're trying to proper like big them up.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got this thing called the Star Seed. Now, a character called Joy. It's basically like this whole sort of thing where there's a briefcase. It's got the Star Seed in it. It's going to detonate. Whatever. She essentially it everyone has said this is shit, by the way. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and defend it because it is
Mm-hmm.
fucking it's just woeful. She essentially becomes this star seed, which then becomes the fucking North Star that the fucking three wise men follow. The episode literally ends in Bethlehem.
Oh my god.
And it's like
In a manger. After Caesar Augustus issued a decree. Oh my god.
So then there was this. So then, like after that, which just this next bit tops it off. I was sitting there in absolute disbelief. So there was this
fucking
whole
awe.
thing throughout the episode. Yeah, I was like, right, okay, whatever, fine. It's sci-fi. Whatever. Whatever. Throughout like this episode, this character Joy is being like proper, giving it like, there was a lot of stuff going on mentioning about like COVID and stuff like that for some reason. This character's parent had passed in COVID and whatnot, and it's like, okay, you're doing this like 3 years out, but whatever. But it was basically just a way to take cheap shot at the previous government that was in during COVID and did such a fucking terrible job with the country, where they partied and whatnot, and relatives of people died. You couldn't see your loved ones, but they were fine fucking partying and whatnot. So at the end of this episode, it slams the brakes. It's already like, right, okay, genius, there we go, that's canon, I suppose. The year come up as well when it went to Bethlehem. It was like 0001. I was like, for fuck's sake, okay. And then it cuts to Joy's mother dying in bed in a COVID ward, and she evaporates so she can be reunited with her daughter, who is now a star in the sky.
Who is the North Star?
Yep. Now my question is, if I was the daughter and I went to that hospital the next day, I'd say, where the fuck is the body?
Yeah,
Because it just
evaporated.
It just
We all know
vanishes.
COVID evaporates bodies instantaneously.
It just vanishes, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching? It's like,
Wow.
oh my god, long are the days of this fucking show having anything fucking relevant to talk about.
What do you mean?
Jesus
COVID's not
COVID
relevant?
and Jesus
It
Christ.
was
That's the most relevant thing I can think of.
it was absolutely fucking
Joy to the
shite.
world. COVID killed your mom.
Well, it's
my
good.
God.
It's meaningful because she became a
It
star.
sounds
She became a
shit as
star
I just
child.
told
Yeah. Lay, it sounds like a joke. It sounds like you're making this shit up. It doesn't sound
you.
real.
I
I
wish it
think
was.
he wishes he was making it up.
I wish it was.
It sounds like a weird fan fiction that somebody
Well,
wrote.
but then what? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's fucking that I just found throughout. Like when I was watching it, I was like, it's decent. It's not like good. It's not bad. It's just there. But as I was watching it, I just thought there's so many things in this that annoy me, because for like these 10 minutes where the doctor's like, oh, I've loved doing this, just having this day-to-day life, not traveling. I'm like, mate, you've fucking done it in other incarnations. What are you talking about, you fucking dick? Like, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, man. And it's like the same
literally
writer
Jesus
who wrote, like... It's the same writer, Stephen Moffat, who wrote the show from, like, 2010 till 2017, where
Good Lord.
2 of his fucking incarnations did the same fucking thing. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
season
I'm
2.
sorry.
Season 2 looks pretty promising. But I'm not getting fucking fooled again by a good trailer because it's done that to me too fucking many times, man. But it looks interesting, especially
Hope for the
the
best, prepare for more of the same, I guess.
mate. Don't, because they filmed the fucking seasons back to back.
I know. So why would it be any different?
Exactly. Oh God.
Yikes.
So season 2 is essentially carrying on the fucking bullshit fantasy elements of the first season, which I wasn't a fan of. Whatever, I suppose. Can we not just go back to fucking sci-fi? Fuck the fantasy. We're not in Disneyland.
It's a good quote.
We're not in
Yeah.
Disneyland.
See, the thing is, right, and then leaks have come out, and I've read them for season 2 or season 42, and I'm like, this is just more the same shit. I don't want this. I don't fucking want this, right? I'll happily, do you know what, right? If it's more the same shit, I'm not gonna watch it until this next era rolls around. I'm fucking telling you, I ain't sitting through another fucking year of that shit. Oh, and then oh man, and then there's the spin-off coming as well. Oh, fucking hell, and I have been talking about that. Oh, man. Do you know what, right?
Okay.
Right, so there's a spin-off coming called The War Between the Land and the Sea, which is about the Sea Devils waging war against humanity, which, yeah, come on, I want that. And then they've redesigned them. They look like shit for a fucking start. They look like the fish people from some fucking shitty sci-fi movie. I'm like, that's just not what it is. But there's a human, right? And he wants a fucking relationship with one. There's filming of a guy screaming, "You'll never swim alone," to a fucking fish person. It's like, oh my fucking God, man.
Swim alone.
He's...
Like, don't pretend like you don't want that. Don't
Do you
pretend
know
like
what,
you
right? Do you know when you get like second-hand embarrassment from stuff?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is how I'm feeling like watching this shit. Like, if someone comes in now and they'll go,
You've
"What the fuck
always
are you
wanted
watching?"
to
I'll go,
diddle a sea devil, let's be honest.
No. An old one. New one. It's kind of doing that trope of where like male monsters look like the original, whereas the females are like a totally different fucking redesign.
Like
It's like that's not. Yeah, it's weird as fuck. It looks like the fish person from, is it The Shape of Water or something?
Really?
I can't remember the movie's name. Honest to God, it's a fucking dead ringer for that. But there's a 60s story called the fucking hell, what is it? The Underwater Menace, and it's about Atlantis. And the redesign is like 1-to-1 for those fish people. And I'm like, well, why have you changed it so fucking much to make it look like something else? Like, just say it's that other fucking thing and bring back the old design.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking shit as well. So
I'm sorry, Lay.
I haven't got anything. I haven't got much to keep me going. To be fair, ever. It's fucking.
Rough.
You know, this Transformers 1 not getting a sequel. I might as well just fucking end it on.
Jesus
You're gonna
Christ.
need to find a new franchise to obsess about.
It's fucking fuck's sake, man.
Aye.
I've still got the classic stuff. It's all good. It's all good.
That's true.
Um,
Unless
every
they keep
time
massacring the classic stuff.
I just won't watch it. I've got all the originals there. Fuck that. Do you know what? Right, everything from 2005 onwards isn't canon. Fan fiction.
Like a secret
Every
trailer.
time I talk about this fucking show, it just I just go off on one. That's all. Just
never ceases to not be
hate.
entertaining.
You know, it's so frustrating because it's like,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
oh,
I love
man.
hearing
The
that,
end
but I'm sorry that you're in this state.
The end for modern
just
Doctor Who
fucking
is near.
cancel it, man.
It's
gonna be
coming.
great.
I have a feeling.
Fuck yeah, I do. I think it's gonna come.
Yeah, It's in a bad way.
Even
You can't do a show for like 100 years without it falling apart like this. This is
Yeah.
well, no,
It's
it
happened
ran
before,
for
so.
20.
oh
It
yeah.
ran for 20. It ran for 26 years in the classic era from 1963 all the way up to 1989. It went off air. It was cancelled. Even though it was great, it wasn't bad or anything. Like it genuinely, like it went shit like in the 80s, and then like the last two seasons were like fucking great.
Mm.
And then they just cancelled it. So
Yeah.
Fuck.
and then Fox wanted to take it on. And they made a movie in 1998 that didn't pick up. And then obviously it was off the air until like 2005, and then came back. And next year is going to be the 20th anniversary of it coming back. So it's been on air for 20 years at this point. And I always keep thinking about like if I match the timelines up with like classic and what's currently going, and if like the time frames are getting there, this is in the classic era where the wheels started to fall off. So I don't know.
Do it. Cancel it.
Fucking get me in charge. I'll tell you, I'll make good fucking telly.
Yeah, put Lay
I
in
know
charge.
people want.
You got it.
All right. I'm sorry. Well,
Sorry,
something you
Lay.
should have watched that would have made you feel good. Skeleton Crew had a new episode as well.
Hey.
That was very good.
I'll be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
The more I sat on last week's episode, the less and less I liked it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I almost didn't watch this week's episode because my patience with Star Wars is literally that thin. That one sort of dud episode, I was about to be like, all right, I'm done. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it one more shot. If this is good, I'll watch it. And it was great. And they did the one thing that I love in movies. They had a fucking treasure room scene, and it was so cool. And it had magic gold lighting that came from nowhere, just like all treasure. It was so, and I was like, all right, it's peak. It's peak. It's peak.
Thank God you
It was
didn't drop it.
very
This
great.
episode was great.
And a lot of plot happens too, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Like a lot of plot.
A lot of plot.
Yeah,
cool.
This episode, they go to essentially SM-33's like old captain's hideout. It used to be this derelict planet. It was Skull Mountain or whatever. And they get there, and it's been turned into a resort.
Yeah.
It's like a hot
God.
spring. And,
Oh, you haven't seen it, Aiden.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
I won't get
Because like Thatch, I really do not like.
It was good.
Episode last week was not hitting it for me at all.
This one was good.
I thought about it last night. I was like, I'm not.
There's some
I'll watch
Indiana
it. Yeah, not
Jones
trilogy.
level traps and stuff in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're
There's
gonna love
there's some fun kills in there that were very like dark and like
I was
whoa.
surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear like people screaming to death in the other room. It's like, it's
They do it. They show you the kids like there's traps and it's like near misses, and then they give you some real like trap kills, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was dope.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. It was a great episode. We have 2 more episodes left, I think. So I'm hyped for this one. Ends on a big like mic drop. Don't want to ruin it.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Aiden.
It's big.
But big, and it was sick, and I'm hyped. It's really good.
I won't
I'm
spoil it. I won't spoil it, but there's a moment where I was begging that a joke would happen, and it happened, and I was
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, please don't let this be, and then I was like,
Yeah,
fuck
don't let this be epic. This needs to be not epic at all, and it was fucking.
And then
great.
they did the thing, and he runs away like a little bitch, and it's
They
the
did,
best
they
thing ever.
did the thing that they've never done that logically would happen at some point, and it finally happens on screen.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
It was hilarious. There were
It's
so
not
many
that
great
big,
jokes.
Aiden. They're building it up like it's
No.
a huge. It's just a silly like.
It's pretty great.
Yeah,
I only
I'm
wish
looking
that-
forward to be like, really.
I only wish that he like lost a leg or something from it, because that would have been great. I don't like that
He's
kid.
just a nugget. He's just a nugget. He's just a nugget at that point. Just rolling around.
No, it's just so nice, so good.
Yeah, it was a great
The
episode. It
whole
was really
treasure
funny.
Room, everything, and then oh man, that final shot with the and then the so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was really good.
Oh
It was
yeah.
really
I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Next episode's gonna be so good.
Great episode. It's a good show,
After-
man.
Like last episode, most of it was pretty
a bit of a dud.
lame, but then the end of it was like sick,
Good.
and then
Yeah.
this is just the end of that episode.
Last week was a bit
I
filler.
think the middle chunk of the last episode just was like, oh
yeah.
it was real.
Yeah.
The floor was caving in,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
It was
okay,
real,
I found a way out.
Lord of the Flies, like blah, lame.
Yeah, and Lord of the Flies is not.
It also
episode.
looked way cheaper than the show
Oh, yeah.
usually
Yeah.
looks. Like it looked cheaper. Yeah.
Not a very interesting idea. They should have. It could have been anything. They just
Yeah.
picked a really boring direct. Like
Someone
they
needs
could
to do an edit where they just cut that whole thing out and they just have the ending.
they land on like a swamp planet and there's scary
Or
monsters or something.
watch
Just do
the-
something.
or you just watch the
Like-
first 3 minutes of that episode and the last 5 minutes, and then you're
Yeah.
good.
It's almost like it doesn't
Literally,
matter.
you'll
They
be
could,
fine.
they could literally crash and then go to the tower. Then look, we found the thing.
They
Like
don't
it would have
even-
been so easy.
after they leave those people, they don't even reference those people for the rest of that episode.
No.
So they don't exist.
No. Yeah, no, it's very fillery, but this episode was like a perfect redemption of that. So it was like,
So
oh,
good
thanks.
now,
I'm
man.
so excited. I'm loving this show. I think it's great. It's been very
I'm-
enjoyable.
So hyped for the next 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be real
It's gonna
solid.
be sick. It's gonna be sick. All right, but
Yep.
I think that will do it for the main part of the episode. So, depending on how things go, you'll either be listening to our top 10 lists, or it'll be a separate video, and this will be just a very short episode. So, either way, thank you for watching, and enjoy our top 10 lists when that happens. Bye.
Guys,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.